Price inflation, war, and conflict, Russian threats, and the Fed is raising interest rates, but Bitcoin is seeing positive upward movement. And if you need help paying your bills, buying gas, or just affording necessities like food and shelter, I have some great ways you can start making lots of extra money in your free time, especially if you're a baby boomer between the ages of 55 to 73. Hi, I'm Kevin, and you're watching Are You Prepared for This? On my channel, we track and discuss past, present, and potential future supply chain disruptions and possible improvements while planning and preparing for food and water shortages to avoid widespread panic and chaos when a crisis develops. A major prep essential is wealth and savings in general, as well as other tools that can be useful when bartering for survival goods. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support and welcome back. If you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill on Thursday to suspend normal trade relations with Russia and its ally Belarus in response to Vladimir Putin's decision to invade Ukraine. Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the Senate will soon take up the bill, setting the stage for President Biden to sign into law as soon as next week. This will open the door for large tariff increases on imports of key commodities and raw material. Russia is the United States' 26th largest goods trading partner. Russian sources accounted for 53% of imports of titanium products. And if Congress revokes Russia's permanent normalized trade status tariffs on those goods could rise from 15 to 45%. Other commodities that could be affected include aluminum, steel, and gold. Here are the top 10 products imported from Russia in 2021. According to a Congressional Research Service analysis published on Thursday, crude oil and motor fuel, as well as petroleum-based raw materials, will stand out to you most. But you would be surprised how many other household and daily staples we rely on that are byproducts of many of these now scarce resources that we will no longer have access to from Russia. President Biden announced a ban on imports of Russian oil and certain petroleum products last week, along with bans on other goods like seafood, vodka, diamonds. So several items on the list won't be available for import, even at much higher customs rates. And there are very high expectations that President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, will likely be indicted in a tax fraud investigation. Attorney Clint Lancaster said, "I expect him to be indicted just based on what he saw in Hunter Biden's financial records. He would be surprised if he's not indicted." Lancaster represents London Alexis Roberts, a former stripper with whom Hunter Biden fathered a child with. Roberts first sued Hunter Biden in 2019, claiming she had his daughter, and the suit was settled in January of 2020, with Hunter agreeing to pay child support. Roberts testified a year ago as part of a probe into Hunter's finances, and Lancaster confirmed that he gave investigators a significant amount of Hunter's financial records. Now, here is the most important part of this development. While Lancaster did not detail all the records he turned over, he noted that he had his Burisma pay records. He had records of ultimately what Burisma paid into the United States. As you know, Hunter Biden worked for Ukrainian energy company Burisma while his father was vice president when Obama was in office. President Biden's son has been under federal investigation since 2018 for potential criminal tax violations and possible violations of money laundering and foreign lobbying rules based on emails retrieved from Hunter Biden's laptop. I will continue to monitor this story for further development, but can you imagine all the pain and agony people will be put through and forced to suffer as the West's decisions related to Ukraine and the deadly Russian attacks are secretly hinged on some politician's own personal benefit to keep certain information under the rug? Well, meanwhile, Russia warns the United States they have the might to put us in our place. Russia warned the United States on Thursday that Moscow had the might to put the world's preeminent superpower in its place after accusations of the West stoking a wild Russophobic plot to tear Russia apart and force Russia to its knees. Since Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th, the United States and its European and Asian allies have slapped sanctions on Russian leaders, companies, and businessmen, cutting off Russia from much of the world economy. President Vladimir Putin says that what he calls the special military operation in Ukraine was necessary because the United States was using Ukraine to threaten Russia. Ukraine says it is fighting for its existence and that Putin's claims were nonsense, while the West says that the claims that it wants to rip Russia apart are pure fiction. Russia says that despite sanctions, it can fare well without what it casts as a deceitful and decadent West led by the United States. It says its bid to forge ties with the West after the 1991 fall of the Soviet Union is now over, and that it will develop ties with the other powers such as China. This is not a good sign, and to me it implies serious threat and should not be taken lightly by our government. I sure hope these women and men we put in office know what to do to protect us and keep us safe. But from a financial point of view, the Fed raised interest rates by 25 basis points, which resulted in Bitcoin climbing past the $40,000 mark last week. This interest rate hike by the Fed is one of up to 6 additional rate hikes this year. If we were to see peace talks from Russia and Ukraine and a possible ending of almost 3 weeks of fighting across Ukraine, we could potentially see a BTC price taking an aggressive upward movement. If I have any crypto investors out there, I am talking to you. Bitcoin price predictions reveal that BTC shoots above the $41,500 level. According to InsideBitcoins.com, BTC USD is moving sideways, and it is likely to start a new increase if the 9-day moving average crosses above the 21-day moving average mark. Is BTC USD or Bitcoin ready to spike above 42 grand? We will have to wait and see. Last week, Biden signed an executive order directing various federal agencies to come up with the policy recommendations on a cryptocurrency as the U.S. is seriously considering centralized crypto. The Biden administration wants to explore a U.S. central bank digital currency, a type of cryptocurrency controlled by the government. And we all know what that means. Part of Biden's strategy includes ensuring any U.S. CBDC is in line with the country's priorities and democratic values. So basically, they're going to tax the shit out of your crypto and try and hold it hostage from you as they take more and more of your money away. The Federal Reserve has been researching CBDCs for a while now. In January, the Fed released a report that delves into what a CBDC could look like in the U.S. Countries across the globe, including Australia, China, and Brazil, are also working on CBDCs of their own. Pay attention, people. You're losing money before you even get it. Taxes, laws, regulations, blah, blah, blah. We aren't even in the game. This is a joke, and we haven't even begun to discuss the security or the lack thereof that revolves around these cryptocurrencies. Beware, you could lose it all in a crypto scam. Blockchain analysis firm Chainalysis said that last year, scam artists ripped off over $7.7 billion worth of cryptocurrency, and that was up 81% from the year before. Consumers face the very real possibility of losing all their invested money if they buy these assets and should be alert to the risk of misleading advertisements, including social media and influencers. Be particularly wary of promised fast or high returns, especially those that look too good to be true. Many crypto assets are subject to sudden and extreme price movements and are speculative because their price often relies solely on consumer demand. You may lose a large amount of money or even all of your money you invested in the blink of an eye. Crypto exchanges and wallet providers have experienced cyber attacks and severe operational problems, causing consumers to suffer losses due to hacks, disruptions, or because they have lost their private keys providing access to their assets. Crypto assets have extremely high and negative environmental impacts as they consume a large amount of energy. It is the honest truth that consumers risk losing money invested in crypto and could fall prey to scams. Jokingly said on Twitter, so instead invest in the US stock market. Then at least the 1% can profit off of you while you're being robbed. And are you worried about rising gas prices, increasingly escalating food prices, and overall inflation affecting your ability to survive without going broke? Do you struggle to make ends meet or live paycheck to paycheck and fear how much your next tank of gas or how much a gallon of milk will cost you thanks to worldwide events raising prices everywhere we look? Not to mention the Federal Reserve is raising rates with at least 6 more increases promised for 2022 and more increases planned for 2023. Side hustles are a great way to supplement your income and help you counter and combat these crazy prices everywhere. And these are not just for millennials. Listen up, my baby boomers. or adults ages 55 to 73, you too can get your hustle on, whether it's to earn a little extra money for your fun or to supplement your main source of income. And one baby boomer out there out of every 3 is completing 3 or more gigs a week on Winolo. I'll link that below. So if you're looking to earn more money and want to find out which side hustle opportunities can help you reach your financial goals, I'm going to list 7 great opportunities right now, so stay tuned. On average, a life coach can earn about $32 an hour. People seek out life coaches to help them grow personally and professionally. As a baby boomer, you have decades of life experience under your belt. Sometimes people know their sense of purpose and need accountability in reaching it. Other times, they may need help clarifying the goals they need to accomplish to achieve their life's purpose. As a life coach, you would be instrumental in helping others move towards the goals they have identified or that you have helped them identify through facilitating helpful exercises and holding the client accountable for completing the actions necessary to change their lives. Tutors can easily cash in on an extra $18 an hour, and you don't have to have a teaching background to be able to be an online tutor. As long as you're well versed in the subject you choose to tutor in and you can break it down to help others learn, you'll be good to go. Turn your talent for playing a musical instrument into income as a music teacher and expect to earn around $29 an hour. Advertise music lessons for children or adults or both. You can choose to do one-on-one instruction, or you can facilitate group sessions and make more money per hour. To be a successful music teacher, you'll need to be able to plan appropriate lessons, give constructive feedback, and hold music recitals. You can choose to either host lessons at your home, rent a studio, or travel to each student's home to teach. Set your own hours and fees. The beauty of these side hustles is that you begin to take control of your own income and your schedule. Now, freelance photographers can make $25 an hour by doing what they enjoy and what they can do almost anywhere. If you have been told you're good at taking photos, you might want to consider making extra money with photography. You can specialize in doing pet or children's photography, or you can be an all-around photographer. Even traveling to events like weddings and milestone birthdays, pay, hours, and photo gigs are at your discretion. Plus, you could sell stock photos online for additional income. Now, according to Amazon delivery drivers are getting paid $18 to $25 an hour. Becoming a delivery driver for Amazon could yield you some pretty serious cash. Just go to the Amazon Flex website, select the delivery area, and answer a few preliminary questions. If you qualify, you can download the app to get started. In the app, you can set filters for times of day and stations that work for you. This one might sound kind of weird, but yes, being a professional friend can help you earn some extra green, roughly $10 per hour to be exact. Although $10 an hour may not sound like the road to becoming a millionaire, consider this. You'll be hanging out doing friend activities and getting paid for it. According to rentafriend.com, activities vary. You might attend a concert or theater performance with someone so they won't have to go alone. Accompany someone to a special work or social event, have coffee and chat, or tag along with someone for their workout at the gym. You can sign up with rentafriend.com to get started. And if you have a witty writing style that can make people laugh or the ability to express sentimental thoughts in words, you might find being a greeting card writer a lucrative side hustle, where you are capable of making $100 to $300 per accepted submission. For example, Snafu Designs pay $100 for each accepted laugh out loud idea that's clever, concisely delivered and targeted at smart adults. Blue Mountain Arts, a greeting card, gifts, and book retailer, pays $300 for each piece accepted that it uses on a greeting card or product. The submission should relate to personal experience and focus on thoughts and feelings that most people find hard to put into words. These are just 7 of the potential side hustles, money-making opportunities that exist for everyone. Now, I will include a link in the description to the full list, which includes over 25 different lucrative side hustles for people over 50. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you sticking around to hear all the information I have put together. I hope you can find this useful in your day-to-day lives and not only better prepare yourself and your family for possible disaster when shit hits the fan, but also improve your financial position. As we all know, everything is going to continue to go up in price and cost more for the same basic needs we all have every day. Be safe, and I will see you on the next video. It should start playing right after this one, so just hang out. All right. Thanks.